say it, so it's all good.
We out here. We out here.
Take note.
Big Beach. We're here.
My man, Alex.
It's different this time.
What's up, guys?
Woo! Can you believe we turned around the game? Yes, you can believe. We do believe we were able to turn this game around against the NBA champions. And
Now we're champs.
now we're the champions.
That's the rules. That's the rules.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you want to say. But 98 to 113, and yes, that was the Knicks winning at 113. You know Wednesday gonna be trouble, right?
When we play the Bucks again, it's gonna be something. What a game! What a comeback! You know, we were down 21 points. We win by 15. I just saw the Knicks tweet out. I think since like 97, 98, it's the biggest turnaround we've ever had. Which I am 100% believe.
Yeah.
We were down by 21. The first quarter was disgusting, and we've seen a trend recently. A couple of the losses haven't been that good. We've seen us losing leads. We've seen us not focusing, not playing defense, playing too much drop coverage, not getting out on shooters. A lot of stuff like that. A lot of laziness. A lot of feeling ourselves a bit. So we go down 21 tonight,
Right.
and I'm just like I'm seeing all the same shit.
Yeah. And so to me, that was actually kind of part of it. You know, I've always said this is kind of weird, but I never like when the Knicks start a game strong. I never, ever, ever like it. I get this feeling inside like, I kind of want them to fight a little bit more. It's almost like I want to see them go through this like grimy part of the game and then pull it out.
Yeah.
Because when they start too well, to me, they get too confident. And that's what I think you're trying to say with the last few games that they had. Well,
Right.
not the last few games, but the few games prior to that, where they built up this confidence. So now they were coming out and weren't playing as hard as they actually could. So I think them having that loss or that big deficit in the beginning of the game, and yeah, I was like, these guys are walking all over us, and this is the NBA champ. These are the NBA champions. So hey, what did we really expect? But I loved seeing that grit and grime and watching these guys come back. Alan Hahn just made a point about Randle turning around the game. Right? And I don't necessarily agree 100%. Yes, he did start turning around the game along with some other people, obviously.
Yeah, look.
But I know I'm rambling on and on and on here. You're gonna have to cut
It's all good. We ain't cutting anything. We'll get to Randle. I was really impressed with Randle tonight in many aspects. You know, I still think he's going through some stuff. He's struggling a little bit, but he fought through tonight. But I think, and you gave the hint, there's one person we need to talk about. Because how is Derrick Rose this good? Like, it's mind-blowing, right? I tweeted out during the game that he's one of the best 50 players to ever play basketball. I don't care about, how his career turned out. In terms of, like, ability to play basketball, he would have passed so many legends had he actually been playing.
Had his injuries.
Right? He would have been,
Yeah.
I'm looking at Derrick Rose doing this. 31 points tonight, 8 rebounds, 4 assists.
At 33 years old.
At 33, right? Leads the comeback with his defense, getting out on the fast break, and he carried us at times. He brought us back in there. His energy, his effort tonight is what turned the game really for me. And he's able to do this at this age after all these injuries. And he's getting to the rim, and he's so exciting to watch. And I'm like proud of Derrick. I'm so happy he's a Knick. Whatever circumstances brought him here in the end, and you consider what happened his first tenure here, this is beautiful. This guy got to get a ring. Derrick Rose, again, just leading us. And sometimes he looks like the best player on the team.
He absolutely does. And I have to say, I think a lot of this is his mentality. Him coming in here, and you're right, so Derrick Rose was supposed to be a superstar.
And he was for a bit, youngest MVP
he
ever.
He was, but then we know he was supposed to go like so much further, right?
Yeah.
And because of his injuries, he didn't. So it's almost like him coming back now, he knows he's not that, right? He knows he's 33, he knows he's going to be, I don't even want to say a second tier player, but more so he knows he's going to be coming off the bench, and he's fine with it. And you see the mentality of him being fine with coming off the bench and knowing that I'm really good and I was freaking excellent, but now I'm going to just kind of coach these guys and help these guys to mature. I'm going to give them or lead them with my knowledge and my experience. That is such an unselfish person to be able to do that for the team. And he's that guy, and his mentality brought us through this game tonight for sure.
100% at the rim.
Of course, his game.
And his game.
Right?
No, but I agree about the mentality.
But your game becomes that way because of your mentality.
Exactly. It's an extension of you, right? Again, tonight, just making things happen. That's Derrick Rose. We are so lucky to have him. I know there's going to be a lot of calls now for Derrick Rose to start and for Kemba to go on the bench. Kemba, you got to give Kemba a little bit more time. I do think
Kemba's too small.
Kemba's
too small. Listen, he's small, but he sacrifices his body, which is incredible. And he also is a great player.
Yeah.
He's a great player. He can score. And
but
again,
not so much recently.
But he used to could have scored before. He needs to learn to score again, but meaning he knows how to do it. He just has to get the practice in or whatever, get over his nerves or whatever he has.
I think it's chemistry with the team. I think it's not even nerves. I think it just needs to play with them longer.
You're probably right.
Speaking of chemistry, this man added tonight led everyone in points. 32 points, 12 boards, 4 assists. Had some rocky moments, some moments I didn't love with the ISO ball, some of the body language stuff, but I have to give Julius his props tonight. He defended really well when he was put on Giannis. I felt like he took it personally. That's one thing with Julius. Sometimes I think he can get kind of lost in his own thoughts, not really focusing as much, but when he sees another player he's up against, I think he gets to another level of focus. Whatever Tibbs got through to them at halftime, it worked.
Yeah, he gave them something at halftime.
He gave them something at halftime, but he rebounded well. He moved the ball when he had to. He scored. It was good to see Randle have a bit of a bounce back game here. Happy with this, and I felt, and we will bring this up as well when we talk about the lineups, he felt really comfortable with the team from last year. Rose and Nerlens Noel pretty much playing with Burks at the end.
Right.
So now you're getting
having his old crew back, which is what I always talk about, having the comfortability of playing with that team and that group. However, something you mentioned to me earlier, I also think they just need to play him less minutes. Let Obi play. Obi's playing great. Obi's our pick. Obi is, to me, he's developing.
Yep.
So he's developing and showing progress, showing the progress. So to me, let Randle sit a little bit more. I think if he sits a little bit more, number one, it's going to make him a little bit more hungry.
Yep.
Because he's then going to be like, hey, wait a minute, now I'm only playing 28, 29 minutes?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I would say 31, but
I knew you were going to say that, but I'm even saying pull it back, because when you pull it back, when you pull it back to 28 minutes, that is when he's going to be like, oh, wait a minute, nah, I need to be on the floor more.
Yeah.
So you almost want to create that,
Let me see, hold up. Let's see what Julius is playing now. I'm pretty sure it's 36. I would say this. 33 minutes tonight.
Last year he played a lot of...
Last year he was one of the highest in the league.
Last year he had to play all the minutes.
He was one of the highest in the entire league.
So to me now, let him rest, especially if we want you to step up.
So I'll say this. 28's too low. Don't listen to her. 36.8, right, is what he's playing now. If you get that down to a 32 and give Obi those minutes, I think it'd work out. But give Julius his props tonight. Let us, the star of the team, and played like it tonight. Good to see, and a good fight back game for him, right? Didn't really start well. He hit a couple of threes early, but for the team, we weren't starting well. He helps lead us on this comeback, but the bench to me really sparked it. Emmanuel, quickly, we spoke about Derrick Rose again already. Obi topping. These guys came in. Nerlens Noel, who was, despite his brick hands, I do not understand.
Butterfingers.
It's so beyond Butterfingers. I've never seen someone this inconsistent with catching the basketball. But regardless, really good minutes from all of them tonight. IQ kind of broke out of his slump a little bit. You saw kind of the IQ bounciness that we love to see.
Yeah, I saw him jump high and catch that ball. He hit the three that evened up the game.
Right,
He hit the three to give us 80 even. So
good energy.
He changed the momentum. And again, it's the momentum, right?
Yeah.
And where your mentality is to come out and play the game.
Yep, exactly. And IQ, I have to say this, his defense, even when he hasn't been playing that well early in the season on offense, his defense, he's always been there. He's been engaged. Unfortunately, with Kemba and Evan Fournier, we do get some more offensive ability, but these guys are not good defenders. So when IQ comes in, he's adding so much more. Obi, we spoke about already. Athletic, exciting. He's got to get more minutes. Tibbs has to figure it out. I know we have a lot of talented players, but it's a long season.
And we also have our very talented own superstar, homegrown.
You push it in.
RJ Barrett. Oh my goodness. Love this guy. Consistency again. 20 points again.
5th game in a row. First time in his career.
And we talked about the whole energy, the mentality. I love this kid's mentality. Even keel right through. I don't see that with
Julius at times.
I don't see it with Randle. And so I love that I see this very even keel, whether he had a bad first quarter, second, but he comes out with the same aggressiveness and the same will and the same thirstiness or hungriness of playing the game.
Yeah,
every time.
Shout out to Derrick Rose, my guy.
Check out the
He's
hat.
back there with the hat. They can't see. You gotta move.
Check out the hat.
There you go. Regardless, RJ again tonight. Not a great game for him. 8 for 21. Missed a couple of shots he's been making the past few games, but also made some of those tough layups he's been making all season. Lovely guy. That's what I'm saying about RJ.
He's a lovely guy.
He's a lovely guy.
He's a lovely
20.
fella.
So 20 points tonight, and I was telling you this during the game when things were looking pretty dire. I said, listen, if this season goes south, sometimes you never know how chemistry is going to work. Even though this team should be better than last year, maybe it doesn't fit. Because we could tell last year that was special. We could see there was something in that sauce, the teamwork, Theo Pinson on the bench, like the vibe of that team just fit.
Right.
So this year, we're going to see what happens. I do think we have the talent and the personality to get through it. But my point was, if RJ has a good year, but we don't really do well as a team, that's a big sign, because I know RJ now is RJ going to be a 20-point per game guy for the rest of the season. If so, he's in a weird way taking a leap I didn't really expect. I actually thought he'd score less this season with the addition of Kemba and Fournier, but he's actually proving so far that he can do it. He can handle the scoring load. He can make good decisions with the basketball. Like I said, didn't shoot great tonight, but again, another solid game from RJ. Happy to see him keep the 20-point streak up. And in a game where Derrick Rose scores 30, Randle scores 30, RJ's giving you 20. That's already more than you need. So big win for the Knicks tonight. We beat the Bucks away from home. Good to get back on the winning side of things after a couple of rough games. Now we take on the Cavs on Sunday, and we're going to destroy them. No. Here's my thing. I think they're going to come out at home and then get back to business. I think, the season is so long. There's so many peaks and valleys and emotions. So many things that are not basketball that go into it. So I think this game helped us adjust. Knicks fans, have a good night. Friday night, Knicks. Got the dub. Peace.